It talks about parallel and perpendicular lines. So basically, we can look at equations of lines and tell if they're going to be parallel or perpendicular. So parallel lines will always have the same slope. And then for perpendicular lines, their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. So, what's a reciprocal? Anybody remember? Like when you're taking the reciprocal of something, what do?
You switch sides?
You just flip it over, right? It's a fraction, so you flip your fraction and change the sign. So like, for example, let's say one line has a slope of 2. If there was a line perpendicular to it, its slope would be negative 1/2. So it changes the sign and flips it. Right, so like if we started with 1/3, then our perpendicular line would have a slope of negative 3. And so then if it would start negative, then it would change to positive. So you just change the sign and flip it for a perpendicular line. Right, so let's say we have 3x plus 12y equals 14 and 6x. So all you have to do is put them in slope-intercept form. So that means we're going to solve them for y. We want to get y by itself. So we're going to subtract 3x, which gives us 12y equals negative 3x plus 14. And then we're going to divide everything by that 12. So that's going to give us y is equal to negative 1/4 x if you reduce that fraction over 7 or plus 7/6, sorry. So that means our first equation has a slope of negative 1/4. Alright, then we're just going to take our second equation, solve it for y. So we're going to subtract the 6x. So we get 24y equals negative 6x plus 12. And then we're going to divide everything by 24. So we're going to get y equals negative 1/4 x plus 1/2. So the slope of this line is also negative 1/4. So since they have the same slope, we know that these lines are parallel. So all you have to do for this is solve the equations for y and then look at the slopes. If they're the same, then they're parallel. If you've got a negative reciprocal, they're perpendicular. If it's not either of those things, then it's just neither. Okay? So like for this one, let's say our first one was negative 1/4, then this slope would have to be a positive 4. You have to change the sign and flip it. Right, so if you have a whole number, you can put it over 1 and then flip to make it easier. Okay, and then does everybody remember what we did yesterday with the point slope form, where we plugged the numbers in? Do we need to go back over that before we do work? Or you guys feel okay? Go back over one real quick. Okay. So let's say we have the point 2, 3 and a slope of 1/4. So point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Right, so remember we have x1 y1, and then our slope. So we're going to go ahead and plug those numbers in. So we have y minus y1, which is 3, equals m, which is 1/4, times x minus x1, 1/4, which is 2. Right, so then we're going to use the distributive property. So we get y minus 3 equals 1/4 x minus 1/2. Thank you. All right, and then we are going to add the 3 over to the other side. Which is 5/2. All right, and that's how you write your equation, which is all we're doing. So we're not graphing anything today. We're just making equations. All right, you guys have any questions right now? Huh? Okay. So your assignment today is page 167. And we're going to go 13 to 26.